Hey guys, so this video, the power sets I want to talk about is the power sets of Explosion. As we all know, the ability to make things explode is a really underrated power set in fiction. I mean, there's a lot you could do with it. I kind of want to address characters that can make things go boom, boom. As many of you probably guessed, the characters I want to address is somebody like Gambit from Marvel Comics. He's probably the more notorious, most well-known of this power set. I believe he has some form of kinetic energy, manipulation, and by supercharging, the objects that he's currently touching, I believe it's faster based on the size of the object. Thus, he kind of specializes in smaller objects, supercharging them with the kinetic energy, and just turning them into bombs when he kind of releases them from his hand. Another character from Marvel Comics, somebody like Jubilee, I believe she can kind of has this little flare, little power set that she has. It kind of reminds me of Firecrackers. Really overall, cool power set. Another character is Boom Boom from Marvel Comics. I believe she controls plasma, and by kind of controlling this plasma-like ability, she can kind of, time when these kind of plasma bombs kind of go off. She can kind of, add more concussive force. Overall, a cool character. Another character I want to talk about with his ability is somebody like Bakugo from My Hero Academia. I really like how the way that he uses this ability. I believe he could turn his sweat into explosions. And overall, I really like how, chaotic this character is, obviously, due to the fact of the nature of his abilities in general. Not only that, I really like how unpredictable that he uses it, especially when, he incorporates it into his agility. Kind of like when he was fighting All For One, he kind of propels himself forward. It's really unorthodox in the way he uses it, especially like in the more, when he adds more maneuverability to his moveset. Overall, really cool character. I like how unpredictable he is. And overall, just cool power set, in general. I really like characters that can make things go, explode. And overall, I really like this, power set. I think it's somewhat underrated, and maybe not underrated, but somewhat underappreciated. As you know, this is kind of more of a simplistic ability, just making things explode. There's a lot you could do with it, but I think, especially me, it's kind of hard to kind of think of more nuanced things that just make things explode. That's kind of what you really need it for. Really not much else to it. Overall, a cool power set. I mean, I probably wouldn't take it personally. I mean, if I would have any power, it probably wouldn't be this one. Not trying to, downplay it or anything. Overall, cool power. But I think it somewhat lacks some of the versatility and overall utility usage that, other powers could probably give you in a real life scenario. There's really not too much, most of these powers could really be useful for or beneficial for in a real life application. At least not any I could probably think of on the spot. But let me know what you guys think about this power set. Would you take on the abilities of being able to make things explode? Let me know.